I paid more money for variable speed air conditioners in my own home. So today I want to answer the question, was it worth it? 6.5 years ago, I spent considerably more to install 2 variable speed air conditioning systems in my house. At the time, these Lennox variable speed units were among the most advanced residential systems that you could buy. They are quiet, they're efficient, they're precise, but they're expensive. Today, knowing everything that I know now, I wouldn't buy these exact systems again, but I absolutely would pay more for the technology again. I'm going to explain what these systems have been like to live with, which benefits I think are worth the extra money, which parts weren't, and what I would buy today instead if I were buying again. To be clear, I'm not saying everybody should run out and buy the most expensive air conditioner available. In fact, that would be the exact opposite of my advice in this video. I've been working in the air conditioning and heating industry for more than 37 years, but this video is based on my own personal experience, not my experience in the field or what the manufacturers tell you. I have personally owned all 3 types of central air conditioners, which are single stage, 2-stage, and variable speed. Before these systems, this house had single stage York air conditioners, and my first order of business was upgrading them to these variable speed units. In my last home, I started with a single stage heat pump, and then I upgraded that to a 2-stage Lennox heat pump. In this house, besides these 2 Lennox variable speed air conditioners, I also have a Gree inverter mini split, which is in my garage workshop. So I have spent years living with all 3 technologies, paying the electric bills, using them as a homeowner, not just selling them as a contractor. Let's quickly cover what you're actually paying for. So a single stage air conditioner has 1 operating capacity. When the thermostat calls for cooling, the compressor kicks on at 100%. It runs at full capacity until the thermostat is satisfied, and then it shuts completely off. It's basically full blast or nothing. A 2-stage air conditioner has a lower operating stage and a higher operating stage. It can run at the reduced capacity when the house doesn't need the full cooling capacity, and then move into the high stage when the demand increases. I did notice a meaningful improvement over single stage equipment, and years ago I thought 2-stage was the sweet spot. Variable speed, or inverter driven equipment as it's sometimes called, works differently. Instead of having 1 speed or 2 stages, it can basically modulate through a much wider operating range. So it adjusts its capacity based on how much cooling the house needs at that moment. That allows it to run longer at much lower speeds instead of constantly turning on at full power and shutting back off. And that's the difference that completely changes how the house feels. When I bought these systems, the main reason for me wasn't energy efficiency. Efficiency was certainly attractive, but the real reason that I wanted them was comfort. The purpose of an air conditioner in the first place is to make your house comfortable. That sounds obvious, but in this industry, we often spend a lot of time talking about SEER ratings and EAR ratings and rebates and efficiency percentages, and we forget what the homeowner is actually buying. You're buying comfort. And after living with variable speed equipment for more than 6 years in this house, I can tell you that the comfort difference is very real. With a single stage system, the temperature in the house rises above the thermostat setting. The air conditioner comes on at full capacity. It delivers a blast of cold air, then it satisfies the thermostat and it shuts off. Then the temperature begins rising again. You feel the system cycling on. You may feel a little warm before it turns on and then a little too cold while it's running. And then you get a 2-stage system, which does reduce those temperature swings, but you still experience them because the system only has 2 operating choices, high or low. With a variable speed system, that temperature stays extremely consistent. So as an example, if I set the thermostat at 74 degrees, it stays at 74 degrees. It's not constantly climbing to 76, blasting the house with cold air, then falling back to 73, and repeating that cycle all day. The temperature remains roughly within a half a degree of the thermostat setting all day and all night. I work in the air conditioning industry, so yes, I like my house cold. But the important point is that I rarely even have to touch the thermostat. I just don't need to. I set the temperature where I want it, and the system just maintains it. So it's set it and forget it, comfort, and that's the biggest benefit. The second major benefit has been sound. My outdoor units are located close to my bedroom. They're right outside the master bedroom window, and they're incredibly quiet, especially when they're operating at the lower capacities. If it wasn't for the fact that the house is comfortable, I'd really probably would have to go out and check to make sure that they're running half the time. That's how quiet they are. A traditional single-stage unit starting at full capacity is much more noticeable. I know it because I listen to my neighbor's single-stage train starting up, which sounds more like a freight train than a train AC unit whenever I'm on that side of the yard. You can hear the compressor start, you can hear that fan jolt on, and if you own one, you know that you can hear the airflow increase through the duct system inside the house. Whereas with variable speed, the equipment is much less intrusive. It runs longer, but it runs more gently. So the longer runtime also keeps that air moving throughout the house consistently. So instead of getting these short bursts of strong airflow, followed by long periods with no airflow, you get a steadier, more even delivery of the conditioned air. That really helps to reduce the temperature differences from one room to another as well. Although I want to be careful here, variable speed equipment can't repair a bad duct system. It can't fix undersized return ducts, poorly designed supply runs, bad insulation, inadequate insulation, or major leakage in the house. A variable speed system that's connected to bad ductwork is still connected to bad ductwork. Equipment's only one part of the comfort system. Sizing, duct design, airflow, refrigerant charge, and proper setup all matter more than anything. So let's talk about efficiency, because variable speed systems by design are more efficient. These systems do use less electricity than an old single stage system, but I don't recommend buying variable speed equipment solely because someone tells you it will pay for itself through energy savings. It won't. Depending on the price difference, your climate, your utility rates, how you operate the system, you may or may not completely recover the cost. And frankly, there's a better chance that you won't recover the additional cost. I've always considered the energy savings to be the icing on the cake, and the comfort is the cake itself. If I were only trying to calculate a financial payback, I probably would have made a different decision. I paid more because I wanted quieter operation, I wanted fewer temperature swings, and I wanted to stay consistently comfortable. On those points, these systems deliver exactly what I paid for. So where did I not get the value that I think? I think the biggest issue is that I didn't just pay for variable speed technology, I paid for premium proprietary variable speed technology in Lennox communicating systems. The thermostat is proprietary, the indoor and outdoor exchange of information all flow through a hub that's proprietary. Now that does allow for very precise control, but it also locks me into proprietary components. I can't simply replace one of these Lennox S30 thermostats with a far less expensive Wi-Fi thermostat from Honeywell or Ecobee, for example, and expect the system to operate the same way. They won't. These Lennox thermostats cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $800 to $1,000 each, and then some. I have two of them. There's nothing quite like realizing that you have roughly $2,000 just worth thermostats hanging on your wall. The outdoor units in these Lennox systems also contain proprietary electronics and components, and if one of those components fails outside of the warranty, the repair is going to be considerably more expensive than a typical repair on a basic single-stage system. Now, the technology itself is not unreliable, but it does mean that you need to understand the financial exposure that comes with more advanced equipment like this. More technology usually means more capability, but it also can mean more expensive parts. The other major change is the equipment market itself. When I bought these Lennox systems, the large legacy manufacturers were leading the residential variable speed market. If you wanted the best inverter comfort, you usually had to buy one of the most expensive flagship systems from Lennox, Train, or Carrier. That really is no longer the case. Brands like Bosch, Gree, Midea, and a few others now offer inverter-driven air conditioners and heat pumps at much lower price points. So in many cases, most homeowners can get the primary benefits that they're looking for: the quiet operation, the variable capacity, the higher efficiency, and the steadier temperatures, without paying for these communicating system prices from the big three. These systems also work with conventional thermostats, which reduces the costs and that proprietary thermostat problem. There are trade-offs. A premium communicating system can offer more direct control over compressor capacity, blower operation, humidity settings, and system diagnostics. A less expensive inverter system uses the logic inside the system to adjust itself. So they're not identical. But from a homeowner's perspective, the question really isn't whether the engineering is identical. The question is whether the difference inside the house is large enough to justify thousands of dollars more. Today, I don't believe it is. And that's why I say I would not buy one of these exact systems again. It's not because they failed to provide excellent comfort. They absolutely have. It's because I could now get very similar comfort for a lot less money without the brand name and the proprietary controls. And that's an important distinction. I would buy the technology again. I would not automatically pay the highest available price to get it again. Where does that leave two-stage equipment, the middle of the road? I recently made another entire video explaining why I rarely recommend two-stage systems anymore. So I'm not going to repeat the whole argument here. The simple explanation is that the price increase from single stage to two-stage is substantial sometimes. But the jump from two-stage to one of these more affordable variable speed systems is relatively small. So that puts two-stage equipment in an awkward position. It costs more than a basic single-stage system, and it introduces additional components and complexity that can't match the comfort or operating range of a true inverter. In most cases, I'd rather see a homeowner save money and purchase a properly installed single-stage system, or just spend more and move into that variable speed technology. So who should actually pay more for variable speed air conditioners? I would consider it if you plan to stay in your home for several years, you're sensitive to the temperature swings, quiet operation matters a lot to you, and you place a very high value on comfort. It makes more sense in a climate like Phoenix, where an air conditioner may operate for a large portion of the year. Variable speed inverters run at lower capacities and adjust to these changing conditions throughout the day. I would also consider when the price difference between a two-stage system and a legitimate inverter option is relatively small. I wouldn't recommend spending more on advanced equipment while you're ignoring major problems with the house. If your ductwork is undersized, or your attic is poorly insulated, your home is known to have major leakage, or the equipment wasn't properly sized, some of the money can be better spent correcting those problems first. I would also think carefully about variable speed equipment if your primary concern is the lowest possible repair cost after the warranty expires. There's nothing wrong with choosing simpler equipment because simplicity and serviceability are more important to you. A well-installed single-stage system can provide reliable cooling. It's just not going to provide the same level of temperature consistency and the quiet operation. So in my case, was paying more for variable speed air conditioning worth it? Absolutely yes. I have completely enjoyed the comfort every day for more than 6 years. The house stays where I set it. Systems are extremely quiet, and I don't spend my day adjusting the thermostat. I don't notice the unit cycling on and off. I would have a very difficult time going back to single-stage air conditioning in my own home, I'll tell you that much. But I would shop differently today. I would compare the actual technology controls, the warranty, the repair exposure, not just the brand name, the efficiency rating printed on the brochure. So my final answer is variable speed technology was definitely worth paying for. Paying the maximum price for the Lennox was not. I would definitely buy an inverter again. I simply would look harder for the best value at these brands like Bosch and Gree and Medea and such. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner, tell me which systems or brands that you're comparing. That really helps me decide which equipment comparisons and reviews to make next on this channel. And if you found the video helpful, subscribe to the channel. I have more real-world air conditioning reviews and comparisons. I have homeowner advice coming up in some new videos. And if you live in the Phoenix area and you want to compare single stage and variable speed options side by side, you can schedule a free estimate with us at fireandairaz.com. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next one.